Hey guys, welcome along to Rumble TV. Tonight, got round 5 of the GT3s from Mugello. You can see on the screen the boys are just commencing their qualifying, so we might head straight down to down on track and see who's doing what. Neville Mel's back with us tonight, which is great to see. Jump on board with Nev. He's just out on his warm-up lap. That's a rather striking looking livery. As we can see, the track is actually it stopped raining. It was raining earlier in the day, but it's the rain has eased off, but the track is still quite damp. Boys have got 2 races tonight. A 20-minute sprint race, followed by a 45-minute feature race. The only stipulation in the feature race is that all drivers will need to start on wet tyres, so and they must do a mandatory stop for tyres at some point during the race. I don't think they'll have enough fuel to make it anyway, so it'll be interesting to see whether the boys stay on wet tyres once they do their pits, or if the track is dry enough, whether some will go on to dry tyres. I will look forward to that a bit later in the night. Meantime, as I said, we've got our 10-minute 3-lap qualifying. Boys are just Campbell Hutton, the Beamer, waiting for some times to up. Expect the lap times to be quite a bit slower with the track still fairly damp. Boys were saying in practice that it's quite slippery. Oh, Campbell gets it really crossed up there. You've got to stay off the curbs. Wet track. Ran it a little bit wide. Managed to gather it up. That'll cost him a few tenths on this lap, no doubt. Looks like Jack Boyd is currently setting purple sectors all over the place. Jack, Armour's Porsche, sets a time of 2:04.8 for his opening lap. Dean Logsdale jumps into second, 1.1 seconds behind. And in Group B, it's Ben Singer at the moment, 2:06.8. Had any of the Group C boys crossed the line yet? If they have had their laps not counted due to off tracks. This type of conditions, it's probably better to put in a banker lap early. Here we go. Greg Parker just puts in a 2:09 for the Group C boys. Bring up the classes for you. You can see blue is Group A, red is obviously Group B, and green is Group C. As David Logsdale now sets a time in Group C. Still Jack Boyd at the top in Group A, followed by Dean Logsdale. Moz Moroz is up into third. There's Glenn Boyd, Damien Seeger, Alex Wilson, Keithy Logan, Ant Connors, Neville Mel, who we were looking at earlier, currently down in 9th. This is out on track. Got Keithy Logan out on the Southern Cross barbecue. Call it the mobile barbecue. The flames out the back of it. Yep, there she goes. I'm on board with Keithy, is he? Well, you can see there's dry lines appearing on the track already, so a little bit damp offline. There's the flames, Keithy. As always, Southern Cross boys do a great job of their liveries. What else have we got out? James Lawrence. Porsche. There's James. He's just jumped up to second with that lap. Group B. In his final lap. I've got Loshy in, getting a bit squirrely there. Loshy currently in 5th in Group A. About 1.5 seconds off the young Jack's time, who still holds the pole position. Alex Wilson, meantime, has jumped up into 2nd spot. Oz now up into 3rd. Neville Mell put a lap together. He's up into 4th, and it's Loshy, then Glenn Boyd, Henry Fenson back in the pits. Currently 7th, and Dean Logsdale's dropped down to 8th now. Damien Seeger in 9th, and Keithy Logan up to 10th. Oh, Darren Linus out in the number 7 Porsche. th. Oh, it looks like Jack Boyd finding more and more pace. He's just set his quickest time that lap. He's stretched the margin now out to about 0.8 over Alex Wilson. Osmarod's about 1/10 behind. Darren Linus crosses the line now and stays 12th. Okay, everybody's just about finished qualifying. Hopefully get a grid up very shortly for the boys go racing. Famous Mugello helmet. Mugello is more famous for its Moto GP racing, but it's still a lot of fun in the GT cars. All right, we've got some results. Let's see if we can get a grid up for the race before they get underway. So we've got, it'll be Jack Boyd off of pole, Alex Wilson off of 2, Mos Moroz out of 3, Damien Seeger out of 4, Benjamin Singer out of... Damien Singer, Neville Mell out of 5, Benjamin Singer, first of our Group B out of 6, Wayne Losh out of 7, then Glenn Boyd, Henry Fenson, Dean Logsdale, James Lawrence, Stephen Templar. Then we got Greg Patrick, Anthony Connors, Gregory Parker, Adrian Dingle, Jason Locke, Greg Parker, first of our Group Cs. Then it's Keithy Logan down in 18th. Ray Harrison, Aaron Marsden, Scotty Baker, Lam Newton, Luke Keamy, David Milne out of 24th. And quickly over the page, we've got Matt Tesserero, Darren Linus, Andrew Roberts, Campbell Hutton, Mick Nancaro, Big Ladder, Graham Ellis, Glenn Hill, David Rogsdale, and Ryan Taborski. We haven't got Michael in a group as yet, but get that sorted.
Pretty excessive as well, I agree with you.
Waiting on last of the boys to bring up. Lights are on. Jack gets a good jump away. Looks like all the field is got away cleanly. Gonna be Jack that's going to lead him into turn one. There's still a lot of spray on track. Alex Wilson holds down second. Moz is still in third. Quite a few movers in the pack, but it doesn't look like anyone's gone off at this stage. See the spray off of Alex's, off of the back of Jack's car. On board with Alex Wilson. Trying to get some heat into these tyres early on. Oh, we've got a few crashes in the back. Oh. Looks like first one to go off was Dean. Dean. He's in the 47. Just gets a bit of a tap and there's a few people. Oh, and there's a couple of boys that didn't bother putting the brakes on a yellow, and I think these are all going to be part of it. This is Greg Patrick. This is the view from. Oh, wow. Okay. And then we got Anthony Connors that was involved on the outside there. Oh yeah, he's just been caught up in that mess up ahead. Hopefully they'll get themselves sorted and get back out and racing. Meanwhile, Jack about half a second lead over Alex Wilson back up the front. Moz is still third. Loshi now has moved up into fourth. Damo in fifth. Neville Mel sixth. Glenn Boyd in seventh. The that crash further back is sort of mixed a few spots up further back in the pack. But even more crashes further back. This is Campbell Hutton. I don't know whether. Oh, this is still the earlier incident. This is where guys fail to slow down and just try and barge their way through, and never ends well. No amount of educating seems to convince people that yellow flag is yellow flag and you should slow down accordingly. Never mind. Eventually, people will learn. Alex Wilson still puts the pressure on young Jack. Oh, James Lawrence has jumped to the front in Group B. He's got Glenn Boyd just ahead of him and Benjamin Singer just behind. Boys are it's Henry Fenson that is caught in behind these two boys. It looks like everything's slowly started to settle down after that frenetic couple of opening laps. We're currently on lap 3. Oh no, this is one of our guys that was up the front. This is Moroz. What's happened to Moz? He's lost that all on his own, I've got a feeling. He's just looped it on his own. Have a look at a different angle. Yeah. Managed to avoid any other cars, which is good. I've got a real train of cars ahead of Henry here. Jump on board with Henry. Still a lot of spray. Oh, he gets it a little bit sideways. Got a couple more crashes. The wet weather is certainly sorting him out tonight. This is Darren Linus, who we were looking at earlier. Darren's had an off here somewhere, and I'm guessing that, oh, Keithy Logan comes in hot and gets the pair of them. It's very unfortunate for Darren, but probably a little bit eager on Keithy's part. Meanwhile, still on board with Henry. This is Glenn Boyd in the sister car to our current leader, Jack. Glenn's currently down in 6th. A bit of a battle going on ahead at the moment. Who's that up there that's... Let's jump ahead and see what's happening up here. Looks like that's Amo and Neville Mel. Bit of a ding-dong battle. Damo's becoming quite familiar with these close battles, as in behind Glenn Boyd looks to try and get a move done. I think Glenn's keen to get up, get into this battle with the other Group A boys, but at the same time, Group B boys are in their own battle, so they don't want to be losing any time. Maybe down the straight. Glenn can get a good run out of the last corner. Amo's dropped off the back of Neville Mill. Glenn's going to go for the run up the inside into the final corner. James is giving him plenty of room. He hasn't lost any time, which is good. Glenn's set off now after Damo. Meanwhile, Henry hasn't been able to get the job done yet. Back up the front. See, Jack's opened up around about just over or nearly 3.5 second gap now on lap 5. certainly the master at building a gap and then being able to maintain it. Meanwhile, Loshi has moved himself up into third after the Moz mishap. Comfortably just around about the 2 seconds ahead of Neville Mel there in the background. Another 2 seconds back to Damo. On this battle, the first and second in Group B, it's still James Lawrence just ahead of Ben Singer at this stage. Back in Group C, let's go and see if we can find our Group C leader. Oh, he's doing a great job at the moment. Currently 12th overall. 12th outright. Up 3 spots. Got quite a comfortable margin over Andrew Roberts, who is second and currently down in 18th. Well, this battle continues. Looks like Glenn's now closed in on the back of Damo. Someone just moving out. I think that's Mick and Caro doing the right thing there, just moving out the way. On lap 6 now. Oh, Boyd, he looks putting a bit of pressure. A couple of boys not out on track tonight. Dave Gogol and Mitch McNaughton sending their best wishes to all the boys that are out there. Good to see. This is an intriguing battle. Group B boys wedged in the middle of the Group A guys, but as I said, they're not doing anything wrong. They're in their own race, and Group A boys have to deal with it. Another crasher further back in the pack. This time it's Jason Lockie that's had an off somewhere. Oh, he's just run it super wide. Oh, and wow. Well, avoided contact with anyone else, which is good. Meanwhile, Henry now has managed to get through on pick up where that may have happened. Like Oz has gone from bad to worse. Like he's had another off. Same again. Manages to gently loop it around, just losing the rear grip. On lap 7 now. Still Jack Boyd out in front. over a 6-second lead now. Meanwhile, looks like Loshy's now got Neville Mel for company. Neville's got a bit of a run down the straight here. They head into turn one. Loshy's going to concede that. He's going to hang around the outside. No, I think Nev's got that done. Further back, it looks like battle still goes on between Damo and Boyd Senior. On board with Boyd Senior. Still a lot of spray on track. See the puddles on the edge of the circuit there. You've got to be very ginger, very careful. Gently on the throttle. They're being very careful. Normally you can cut a lot off of that chicane, but the boys are not taking the risk. They head into the final turn. Our leader Jack is now on the on his ninth and ultimate lap. Meanwhile, behind Amo, this is still James Lawrence holding down. James has actually just set his fastest lap. Behind him is still Henry. Oh, hear those tyres complaining. Very, very careful. Trying to get the car straight before you get back onto the gas. Meanwhile, our leader out front, over 7 seconds. Oh, we got that's Campbell Hutton in front with no bonnet. New version of the air-cooled BMW, no doubt. Campbell moves out of the way. Let the leader through. It's Jack. It's a bit sideways. About to coming up on some slower traffic, but he is about to start his last lap, so hopefully such a big margin doesn't run into too many issues. As you can see, the sun's out now. The track is bathed in sunshine. Jack sets the quickest lap of the race that time round, 2:03. Alex Wilson also down into the 2:03s. Neville Mel is still in the 2:04s. Jack just on his final lap now. You go back and have a look and see what happened here. Oh, so Henry, they've spun in tandem. Wow. That's certainly mixed up the Group B, boys. As now puts Ben Singer in the lead. Steve Templar in second. James Lawrence has dropped down to third now. Stick with Jack as he way through the sweeping right-hander. Keithy Logan's had another crash further back. Jack's just through the final chicanes now. Should be on to through the final turn. Wait for Jack to cross the line. She does now. Takes a fairly convincing win. Alex Wilson's crossed the line. It's waiting on Neville Mill. Crosses the line now. Third. Next should be Loshi. There's Loshi. Oh, that was very close between Damo and Glenn. I think Glenn's managed to hold on to that one.
Yeah, lovely.
Well, Ben Singer has grabbed the winning Group B. Steve Templar home in second. Get all the official results. Once everyone's finished, looks like Greg Parker's going to have a fairly comfortable win in Group C, home over Andrew Roberts and Graham Ellis. Waiting for the rest of the field to complete their laps.
That was awful, man. Now the sun comes out. Correct.
All right, boys have now got a short warm-up. While they're getting themselves organised, we'll just take a short break, and we will be back very, very soon. Guys, welcome back. There's about 30 seconds of the warm-up left to go. Amo's just instructing the drivers that they need to start this race on wet tyres, even though the track is drying, and a few boys have been out in the warm-up and obviously testing the dry tyres. They will need to start on wets, but they can pit at any time after lap 1 if they want to. So it'll be interesting to see whether, I think the wet tyres will last quite a few laps, but up to the boys. The warm-up's now finished and we're about to grid up for race 2.
Yeah, straight away, mate. Straight away, you can pretty much.
Going to
Roger that.
wait for the boys to grid up, but we can see the track is actually quite dry now.
You do it at the completion of lap 1, so
Which will be an interesting strategy.
make sure that you guys are all. It looks like everybody's compliant and on wet tyres. Good luck, boys. It's a long race. Don't forget there is a mandatory stop.
Wait for.
Change tyres.
So the boys are gridded up this race as they finished race 1. There is no inverted grid tonight, so it will be Jack off pole with Alex Wilson out of 2, and then Neville Mel and Wayne Losh. Damo out of 5, then Glenn Boyd, Henry Fenson, Moz Moroz, Keith Logan, and Anthony Connors are your top 10. Couple of seconds now. Barney's getting ready. Just lights are on. Revs are building. And they're away. Alex Wilson got a lot of wheel spin at the start there. It actually came up as showing that he failed to get away, and I think that's allowed Loshy to jump up into second behind young Jack at this stage. That's a great start from Loshy off the line. That's a rocket start. Glenn Boyd has had a similar start. He's jumped up to 4th. Damo's still 5th. Moz has now just got through on Damo. They make their way. We can see the boys are a lot keener to get up on the curbs this lap than they were in for the whole of the last race. So the track is definitely drying now. Like Alex has gone in really hard under brakes. Loshy's going to hang around the outside. Looks like Alex has got that move done. It's a 45-minute race, 20 laps. So I think Loshy's decided that there's plenty of time. You see from this shot, the boys are now really pushing the off-track limits through that last chicane for the final turn. Already Jack's opened out that lead to around about 7/10. Oh, they're all into the pits. Wow. They're not taking any chances, the leaders. They've gone into the pits. Meanwhile, Loshy stayed out. Glenn Boyd has stayed out. Neville Mel has stayed out. Keithy Logan has stayed out. Well, this is an interesting call. This has really spiced it up. How long will these wet tyres last? So it's Loshy leading from Glenn Boyd at this stage. Neville Mel is back in 3rd. Keithy Logan's jumped up to 4th. Henry Fenson is 5th. Anthony Connors is 6th. Then it's Dean Logsdale, Scott Baker, who didn't pit. And I think the first of our guys to pit. It's actually Jack down in 9th now. So how far will these guys risk going on wet tyres? There is still a bit of spray, so the track is not completely dry at this stage. Go back and find Jack Boyd, who is on the slick tyre. This is Moroz, who also pitted on lap 1. So he's also on a dry tyre. Runs a little bit wide there. So looks like Jack, Moz, Damo and Alex have all pitted, but Alex Wilson lost a bit of time there. Neville Mell has set a time of a 1:55. Let's wait for Jack and Moz to cross the line and see what sort of times they're doing. Buddy Baker is down in the 2 minutes at this stage. Jack's about to cross the line. Tick of the clock. Jack does a 2:24. Moss does a 2:01. But bring up their lap times so we can keep an eye on what everyone is doing. So Neville Mell was obviously the quickest that lap. 1:55. Well, back up at the front. Loshi still has a slender lead. You can see over Glenn Boyd at this stage. Neville Mell's got, I think that must be James Lawrence. Oh, Glenn Boyd looks like he's keen to get this move done. Oh, now Loshi pits. So it's Glenn Boyd now out in front from Neville Mell, who again sets another quick lap. Trying to keep an eye on the lap times. Now Jack's got back into it. He's set the quickest lap so far on that last lap. That's Glenn Boyd currently leading Neville Mell. Henry Fenson is now 3rd in Group A, followed by Anthony Connors. Neville Mell now is right up on the back of Glenn Boyd. Loshi has come out just behind Jack and Oz. Battle continues up the front. Coming through to complete lap 4. And they're both into the pits, followed by James Lawrence as well. Meanwhile, Steve Templar has stayed out. That will put Steve ahead of the race now. This is really. I'm watching the timing board as there is cars going every which way. Its pit strategy is certainly throwing a curveball. So actually, Dean Logsdale now leading Group A, but yet to pit over Scotty Baker, Keithy Logan, who are they're in the 156s, 157s, while Jack down into the 151s now. Oz is a 52 and Loshi a 55, but Loshi is on cold, dry tyres. So, having a look. This is Dean Logsdale currently leading Group A, but still on the wet tyre on lap 5. Some 6 seconds a lap slower than 5.5 seconds a lap slower than Jack at this stage. Sort of thinking that around the 5 laps for a wet tyre on a dry track is probably going to be the limit. Jump back and find Jack Boyd, who is actually coming up onto the back of Keithy Logan. Keith, be careful, he's not going to get lapped here. Still has to pit. But Jack's got through on Keithy Logan as the other boys have now all pitted. Coming up on the back of a couple of slower cars. Oh, they're in a battle of their own. They're not worried about the leader of Group A at this stage. Jack's made it through on one. It's right up the inside into the chicane. Like he's got that done. That has slowed him down a little bit. That's allowed Moz, who's currently second, Group A, closed the gap a little bit. Moz is about 4 seconds behind Jack now. He's still got these couple of slow cars in front to get by. Loshy's about 7 seconds further back. Oz makes his way past the first. It was Greg Parker that he got the move done on. Now coming up onto the back of Aaron Marsden. Moved out the way. Cleared the way for Moz. Oh, this is Loshi. He's currently in third. Got Glenn Boyd. Fancy that. Loshy's got Glenn Boyd for company. And while Glenn's bit of a battle here with I reckon that's James Lawrence that's behind. It is James Lawrence that's behind Glenn at this stage. Try and work it out. So Ray Harrison is currently leading in Group B, but is yet to pit. He's done 7 laps on the wet tyre. And that track is very dry. Like he's one of the few that still hasn't pitted. There's still a bit of water on the inside of the track, but Race got about a 15-second gap at this stage over Sam Newen, who is currently second. It's Jack Boyd coming up behind Ray now. I think Ray's stepped wide to let Jack through. Looking at the lap times, Ray's some 5 seconds a lap slower than those boys that have pitted, so probably needs to think about pitting sometime sooner rather than later, and stays out again. Meanwhile, Sloshy getting through on Aaron Marsden. Sam Nugent looking to do the same. Oh, it doesn't look like Aaron's going to argue the spot. Lamb gets it done around the outside. Meanwhile, had a couple of crashes further back. This is Greg Patrick. Happened here. Oh, well, is he? Yeah. Group A guy that was trying to get through. Looking to see what actually happened there. Yeah, Neville's around the outside and contact. Oh, Darren Linus has also had an off somewhere. Doesn't look like it's Darren's night tonight. Oh, he's spun it all on his own. Gentle spin out of harm's way. No damage, should be able to get back in and up and running. So meanwhile, Jack Boyd, 2 seconds quicker that lap than Moz, who's currently still second, with Loshy still in third. Glenn Boyd down in fourth, Neville Mel fifth. Bottleneck of cars here. This is Henry Fenson. So Neville Mel making his way around the outside. Group B boys are trying to do their best to get these guys through, but that's really cost Ben Singer some time there. He's now got James Lawrence breathing all over the back of him. That's a tussle for second and third at the moment on the podium, as it looks like Sam Nugent is about nearly 3 seconds ahead. It's just in behind I think that's Glenn Boyd ahead of him there. So Lamb is currently, he's up 11 spots, currently 5th outright, so doing well. Meanwhile, Henry Fenson is down into the 49s that lap. Where Henry's found a bit of pace. Down in 6th at the moment. Further back, that and Connors don't know what's happened here. I saw Neville on the radio, but sure what that was all about. But he's got through on Lamb now. Go back and see if the overtake. Been might have been Nev just saying thank you. Lamb's done the right thing there and moved aside, tapped on the brakes to let Nev know. Meanwhile, we've got a crasher further back. This is Aaron Marsden. It's gone horribly skew for Aaron. Oh, he's looped it all on his own into turn 1. Managed to avoid contact with anyone else. Meanwhile, Darren Linus's night has gone from bad to worse. Looks like Daz has had another off. Oh, he's just had to get on the brakes a bit hard there, and it's unsettled the car. Looped it. Meanwhile, Jack Boyd up the front is now nearly 8 seconds ahead of Moz. Holds down that second spot from Wayne Losh. Glenn Boyd. Not sure what's happened to Alex Wilson. He seemed to have had best of nights when it comes to pit stops. I find him on our hour at the moment. Way down in 23rd spot. Still circulating, but yeah, a long way down. I think he last pitted on lap 8, so might have been involved in an incident somewhere and had to get some damage fixed, I'm guessing. Jack's just coming up onto the back of some flow of traffic. It might even be Darren Linus. Had a couple of offs. On lap 11 of 20. So over halfway, and it's Jack now with a comfortable 9.5 second lead over Moz Moroz, who is still holding down that second spot. Moz. Followed by Loshi. Got Glenn Boyd and Henry Fenson. Neville Mel is goes right in on the back of Henry now. Stage Henry's still got that fastest lap, although Jack has dropped into the 49s as well. Down in Group C, boys, Ryan Taborski is actually in Group B at the moment. And find Ryan our timing screens. There's Ryan. It's got about a 19-second lead now over second place Greg Parker. Right thing there, moving out of the way. That was Scotty Baker that got through. Was Scotty Baker? Scotty's not running the Southern Cross livery at the moment. Was our Group C leader of Group C and winner of the last couple of races. John Thorne is actually over in the US. He's in Miami for the Formula One. Hope you're enjoying your holiday over there, John. Forward to hearing all the stories when you get back. Jack just continues to open that lead over now over 11 seconds ahead of Moz. Oh, Loshy's still holding down third. He's got Glenn Boyd. Probably the closest battle on track at the moment, apart from Neville Mell, who is now, as I say that, Neville's closed right up on the back of Henry. See how this battle unfolds for a couple of laps. See, the track is completely dry now. Actually, good time. Let's have a look and see if we can get some track temperatures. 32 degrees track temperature now. Loshy, Glenn Boyd, Henry, and Nev. But that battle's closed right up now. Be a right to the end over the last 6.5 laps for that final spot on the podium. Meanwhile, James Lawrence has now jumped ahead of Lam Nugent after setting the quickest time in Group B. James currently leads over Lam. Oh, just as I say that, looks like Ben Singer has now jumped up into second. Quick look, and there's Ben there. With Lamb's having some tyre issues. Looks like a few boys have given it away early again tonight. Oh, there's a bit of smoke up ahead. Not sure what that was from. Oops. Jack. I think it's that Neville Mill has actually pitted. Loshy's still in third. He's got Glenn behind him and Henry Fence. I wonder what's happened to Neville. I wonder if Neville didn't take on enough fuel. It's range, that one. Meanwhile, on board with Loshy. Curry in third. Still got that second. I just got a message from David Milton. Had an off and damaged his finger again. Hopefully it's not as bad as last time, Milne. That's probably one of the worst X-rays I've ever seen. Dislocated his finger in the wheel a couple of weeks back, and it wasn't a pretty sight. So wishing Milne all the best, and hopefully he's back on track again soon. We still ride with Loshi. Lap 16 now. Oh, further back, we've got a bit of a battle happening. Further back, we've got Steve Templar, Greg Patrick just ahead of him. Here, start as they go over the curbs. Apologies for that slight pause in tating. Couple of minor issues to take care of. Yeah, jump back up the front and see how Jack's doing. It's a 17-second gap now back to Moz, who's still got Loshi behind him in still a group of cars here for battling it out for the minors. It's Glenn Boyd. It's just over a second behind Loshi at the moment. See Loshi there on track. Milne saying that I should go back and see if I can find your crash. Dave, I see it come up for some reason. Sure. Having a look to see if we can find Milne's crash. saying lap 4, so let's go back and we've found sure if this is it. We'll have a quick look. Wow. Yep, I think you're right there, Milne. That that was big. Wow. Lucky the only thing you got out of that was a sore finger, dude, because that was massive. That's up there with probably one of the best we've seen. Oh, I think we've got some issues with Boyd's internet. Yep, we've got some internet issues for our leader, and let's jump back to Moz. Apologies there. When somebody's internet NBN drops out, it tend to lose the camera. We're on lap 19 now of 20. Got quite a few crashes back here too. I'm not sure what's happened here. We're going to go and have a quick look. This is Ray Harrison, and I reckon that's Ryan Taborski. Nobody wants to give room. Nobody wants to give an inch. Sometimes you just got to know when to fold them, boys. Meanwhile, looks like Glenn Boyd's making his run on Loshi. Still around that second, though. I think Henry's about another second further back. Then Damo's obviously further back again. Group B, it's still James Lawrence over Ben Singer. Lam Nugent's still holding on to that third position now. Stephen Templar has dropped back about 7 seconds as Jack starts his last lap. Just over 20-second lead to young Jack. Certainly got this sorted. Be back tomorrow night in the GT4s. Do it all again. Jack will be hoping for another double as he currently leads the GT3 league, but got a bit of work to do in the GT4, so be some invaluable practice, no doubt, for him tonight. It's down now towards final turn. And takes the checkered flag now. Waiting for Oz to cross the line. Yeah, Henry's putting in a last-ditched effort on. Whoa! Glenn manages to hold on to that position. Neville Mel should bring it home in 6th spot. Nev to cross the line.
Boys, don't forget leaders head over top 3 for A's, leaders for B and C over the broadcast. Cheers, boys.
Waiting for rest of the boys to cross the line.
Thanks for the clean racing. Do it again next time, eh?
Absolutely. Just stuff it there at the end when you get through.
Boys are doing that all well.
Good race, Ray. Unlucky at the end there. That was going to be a good battle.
Yeah, thanks, Luke.
All right, we're just going to wait on a few of the boys to head over for some interviews. And doing that, we'll wait for some results to come up. And we'll put them up shortly.
That was really close there at the end. It was good racing.
GT3.
Got told to go to GT3. I'm sorry, I was. I'm busy trying to work out what everything else is going on. All right, so wait a minute. All right, so now I'm in the GT3 broadcast studio. Some boys in for a chat.
I was just saying, I think Boydie was lapping at 149, and there's no way in hell I'm only a second slower than him, so I reckon the setup might need a bit of a review.
All right, we've got our group winners as well as the top 3 in Group A. So I might start with the winner in Group C, Ryan Dvorsky. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a good race, second race. I saw you got tangled up there at one stage, but managed to hold on and bring home the win. So well done.
Thank you. Yeah. First race, I disconnected 3 times. Oh well, that happened. Start from P34 for P20.
No, you did really well there. And James Lawrence is with us, winner of Group B. James, how was your race?
It was quite chaotic there. Had a good battle with Brad, I think, in both races. And just spun out in the first one on the second to last lap of the last lap and managed to hold on for the win in the second race, which was good.
You know, it was some really good battles there in Group B with yourself and a few of the other boys, especially being sort of tangled up there with the Group A guys as well. It's always hard when you've got Group A boys also trying to battle it out for a podium. But no, well done on that.
Thank you.
And third place in Group A. Loshi, you finally dragged one home.
Yes, I've actually, instead of just jumping in here because I'm an admin, I earned my way in here tonight. So pretty pleased with that. Had a good night tonight. Made no mistakes, kept it clean in the wet. So I had a good start for race 2. And, pretty happy with that, yeah.
I noticed you slightly different strategy doing your tyre change, which at the time I was curious, but I think it worked out well for you in the end.
Yeah, I decided that I could take a lot more curb with the wets on. So I think Moz and Damo were talking about the slicks that they had to stay off the curbs for the first few laps. So I figured if I stayed on the wets, even though the track was pretty dry, I could still cut the corners and make a bit of extra time up there. And that way, when I jumped on the dries, I was confident that I could push pretty hard. But don't know if it really did work, but the podium sort of says it didn't hurt. So.
And Oz, you made up for your race one.
Yeah, I know. I swear, race one, I think I just walked over to the bin, opened the lid, and just put my race in and closed the lid. It was just, I don't know. But yeah, race two, I kept the lid on. And I tried to stay within my limits. I think I was trying to chase Jack and Wilson, and they're so quick. That was a stupid idea, so I spun. But yeah, I'm happy with the recovery anyway.
No, well done. And Jack Boyd, another win.
Yeah, it was a pretty lonely night, to be honest, especially that second race. I think I was definitely on the limit of a penalty there, and I think Alexander might have got caught out there. So, yeah, bad luck to him. That's a pretty, I think it's like a minute stop and go or whatever it is. So, yeah, that hurts. But, yeah, overall, good night for me.
Yeah, no, another pleasing result. It's good practice for tomorrow night. So we'll see if you can get the double. But I have heard a whisper that some of the competition tomorrow night, I really enjoy racing this track, so it'll be interesting to see how you go. All right, let's jump back to Ryan. Anyone you want to thank, Ryan? Any sponsors or anyone you want to thank for tonight?
Oh, Full Send Motorsport, mainly. They're the people supplying me for this event and all that, helping me out. So, yeah, mainly them. Thank you.
No worries. And James, any thank yous?
Yeah, to you, Greg, for everything you've done so far, and for everyone that runs it behind the scenes. And SCCR Sim Sports.
No worries. And Loshi? Oh, Loshi's not with us. Oz?
Oh yeah, just thanks to Simrig Farmers, and I think this week a big thanks to yourself and Daz for doing the website. It looks slick.
No worries. Yeah, a lot of fun putting that together, and really grateful to Darren for having the patience for letting an old codger like me have a play with something so dangerous. So big shout out to Darren Linus for all his help on that. Which was really pleasing. And Loshi, you back with us yet?
Yeah, mate, I had the mute button on. So, yeah, I was just going to say pretty much what Moz said. Thanks to Rumble Racing, Rumble TV, Damo and Moz, and, putting all the hard work in. So, just the boys, yep. Thanks to them, and thanks to everybody else that had a good night of racing with us.
No worries. And Jack, any thank yous?
Yeah, for sure. Just to echo Moz's words, yeah, great job to Daz and all the admin team for the website. That's really cool. So yeah, for when we've got new people to come on board, there's an easy spot to see everything. So yeah, great work with that. Yeah, good work with the stream. Give it a watch and see everyone tomorrow.
No worries. And finally, our race director, Namo. Anything you want to add?
Oh no, just another good night of racing. G, I think we'll call that. It was a bit of a challenge with the wet, but I think everybody did reasonably well. I noticed that everybody got through corner one and race one. And race two looked much the same, but no, it was pretty good. A lot of traffic out there to deal with, but it was good.
Oh, there was surprisingly few incidents tonight. I will shout out to David Milne though. Hopefully he hasn't done too much damage to that finger, but he sent us a message up on the broadcast saying that he'd had a fairly big off, and we went back and found it, and yeah, he was he wasn't spicing it up too much. That was a big one. I think he's actually got the biggest off so far this season. So hopefully Milne's not too badly injured and gets back with us soon. But apart from that, boys, I think was a really from a broadcast side of things, it looked fairly good. There was a few minor incidents, but when the rain is making the track wet. I suppose those are the sorts of things that that happen from time to time. But look forward to getting back here again tomorrow night for our GT4 races. So hopefully everybody can join us again tomorrow night on Rumble TV. Until then, stay safe, and we'll catch you 6:30 Adelaide time tomorrow night. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Greg.